Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news, Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman, coming to you from the Muskogee Media Studios here in the capital city of the Muskogee Creek Nation, Okmulgee, Oklahoma. So glad to have you with us, all of our Tulsa viewers here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, and all of our Oklahoma City viewers on Sunday. Glad that you are tuning in with us. We've got a great show lined up for you this week. Lots of things happening in and around Indian country, and specifically here around the Muskogee Creek Nation. So lots of things to tell you about. Speaking of our Oklahoma City viewers, we're going to show you a special treat today. Last week was Muskogee Creek Nation Day at the Oklahoma State Capitol building. Wow, what a fun event that was to go check out and go cover, talk to some of the legislators about having the Muskogee Creek Nation there, and talking to some of our tribal department heads about being able to give information out about what they're doing at the Creek Nation in that setting. So wonderful story there. Can't wait to get to that. Also, we'll have some highlights from a recent children's mental health event here at the Muskogee Creek Nation hosted by one of our great programs. Can't wait to show you that. Also, some fun stuff with our emergency management department. They have the Wind Runners, which are basically the emergency response team. Creek Nation's got a team set up of employees that will come out and fire, rain, sleet, snow, flooding, all kinds of things. They will help the local authorities when they're needed in times of emergency. They brushed up on some of their swift water rescue techniques. Can't wait to show you that. There's all kinds of things coming up to events. Muskogee Creek Nation putting on a big event next week that we want to tell you about. So we'll get to all of that as we get into our very first break here. So don't want to go anywhere. Lots of great content. We're going to take a quick break, but please stay with us here on Native News Today. We'll be back in just a few short minutes.
We believe if you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. We believe that transitioning convicted citizens back into our communities enhances public safety. We believe that every citizen, even ex-prisoners, are important and are capable of change. We believe in reclaiming our citizens and investing them back into a culture that embraces healing and restoration.
We believe
in reintegration.
I pledge to embrace and educate offenders in an effort to stop their abuse.
I pledge to all women to love them, protect them, and teach them that violence does not belong in our communities and is not our tradition.
I pledge to take full responsibility for myself and the women and children of the Muskogee Nation.
I pledge to work courageously and audibly to fulfill this pledge for the rest of my life.
I think creatively, I was just into drawing for a long time, ever since I was a kid. It wasn't until maybe around late 2007, 2008 that I became aware of the graffiti scene. It changed everything for me. You don't even really understand in the beginning what kind of journey it's going to take you on, but I think that in order to become great at what you do, it really boils down to how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your own artistic creativity and your own expression. I think it comes from a belief in oneself and pushing yourself to the limits as far as you can take it.
يو يغمتا إلاكا من يختن قلا جغابد.
For me as an artist working in a visual language, which is, the Tlingit art, keeping the actual tongue alive is vitally important because it completely informs the art form itself.
They say the 7th grader was unfairly benched from her basketball game. Her mother says the girl was forced to sit the game out to punish her for using the Menominee language at school.
All of us, we're all over the world, we're waking up. It's a global indigenous revolution and it's happening now. These are important times. These are important times and we're not alone. We're not isolated in our villages of Alaska. We're together.
Somebody stood over me and said, "What are you doing for your people?"
Our generation is the last chance, because if we don't do it now, our first language speakers will pass away and our language will go with them.
I ask people, what do you do if somebody who's really loved becomes deathly ill? Do you do everything possible to heal that, to try to find a way of getting that person's health back in balance?
Anatinia te hiha.
And welcome back to Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman. Now we get into the content portion of our show, and our first story this week takes us just a few yards from the studio here. We actually had a chance to sit in and observe our windrunners, the Muskogee Creek Nation Emergency Response Team. As I said, made up of employees of the tribe. This team, when there is an ice storm, they are out in it. They're helping our elderly with shelters, with debris pickup, things like that, tornadoes. They've rushed to help in the tornadoes that hit Moore a few years ago. And now they're doing even diving, recovery, things like that, helping out with local law enforcement, and also swift water rescuing, something that's really been on our radar a lot here these last few weeks with all of the rain, precipitation falling, lots of flooding in the Creek Nation area. So I got a chance to go over and talk with James Nichols and his team about some swift water rescue.
Water and rain and everything that we've had, we felt like it was a great time to do a little bit of brushing up on our swiftwater skills. Got just a few of us out here because it's Friday afternoon, but while we've got some running water, we wanted to get out here and do this because we've got another chance this weekend of another flooding event, and just want to make sure that we're ready to go. had swiftwater training underneath our belts for almost 7 years now. And, you know, when times like Henrietta floods or the flooding that we have here in Okmulgee at times, we're called to come and assist the local agencies that might not have as much training or have as much training but just don't have the manpower at the time. So, you know, we'd love to be able to go out and help and do things, not just in Okmulgee, but we go anywhere within our jurisdiction. The collaborative effort between Muskogee Creek Nation and the counties that we serve, especially in emergency management, is great. A lot of our county emergency managers don't have full-time manpower. They're all volunteer-based. They are, you know, call you in when you need it. Where, as our emergency response team, they're employees of the tribe. They're here, you know, during the work week. We can get a hold of them nights and weekends. So we're readily available. It's just a huge asset because of the way we've been able to build our program here at Creek Nation, that we have the equipment, we have the manpower, we can go and assist.
Okay, and once again, want to thank James Nichols and his team. Wow, that was so fun to be able to see those guys jump in the river. Actually, something that didn't make camera. We didn't want people to get too freaked out, but right before those guys hopped into the river there, they caught like a 6-7 foot water snake. Joseph Anderson, one of the Windrunners team members there, caught the water snake with his bare hands. He was like Steve Irwin, God bless his soul. Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. He kind of did his thing there, took the snake out of the water. Those guys were able to do their swiftwater rescue practice in peace. So kudos to Joseph and all those guys as well. You know, May is Foster Care Awareness Month, and so lots of things going on around the Muskogee Creek Nation this month with children, doing things for children, and specifically children's mental health in their early stages of development from infant to toddler. That's something that can get overlooked, and with that in mind, the Creek Nation wanted to have a special Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, and we were able to cover it at the Mound Building.
Ribbons are worn to raise public awareness to better the lives of the children and youth with serious emotional disorders.
Honored to be a part of this day where you're setting aside a day to really recognize children's mental health.
I was asked to speak today about the importance of early relationships. What we know is that when babies ask for help, one of the ways they do that is through crying. And when that need is met, they know that, oh, that's how I get mom's attention. But when we have parents who aren't able to respond to their babies, either due to their own mental illness, their own traumatic experiences, or substance use, that baby stops reaching out. That baby has been taught it doesn't matter, the world is not a safe place. So we want to teach parents to consistently nurture their children and respond to their baby's cry, so that baby knows that the world is a safe and predictable place and they are taken care of. The Adverse Childhood Experiences study really put infant mental health on the map because it linked negative early experiences with later poor health outcomes, such as smoking, homelessness, teen pregnancy, as well as certain chronic diseases like heart disease and things like that. It doesn't have to happen. When we intervene early, when we give people, or when we give babies positive early care experiences, we can actually alter that trajectory.
My name is
Erica Ridgely, and I'm the Young Child Wellness Expert for Creek Nation Behavioral Health for our grant that we received called Project Launch, which stands for Linking Actions for Unmet Needs in Children's Health. And today's event for Children's Mental Health Awareness, we did this event, we've done it for the last few years, Behavioral Health has, and the reason why Project Launch decided to participate was because it fits really well with our initiative and our strategies of promoting children's social and emotional well-being and their overall health.
All right, a big thanks once again to all of our departments working with children here at Muskogee Creek Nation. They do a wonderful job day in and day out. Well, we're going to get to another break here, a commercial break, and we are going to be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the rest of Native News Today.
Pumakasam gadat, ibufanga, nage, adigat, punhayadi omega, ajayididet omis.
Diosnuk, that's true. Throughout the generations, our elders have taught us to preserve, share, and more importantly, protect the abundant natural resources we have here in Oklahoma. We are the original environmentalists and protector of these resources. The Muskogee Creek Nation believes tribal and state governments must work together to ensure future generations will have clean air and clean water as the ultimate legacy. What is good for Oklahoma tribal nations is good for all Oklahomans. Remember, tribes are truly the original Oklahomans.
It's more than just an associate degree. It's a life-changing experience.
You'll see a lot of cultural features here on the campus. You'll see a symbol of the mound, which goes back to the history of Muskogee people as being in that Mississippian time period, that mound building society. That really welcomes our students whenever they first get here.
The college in itself is beyond the building, is the people.
They're passionate, very passionate about what they teach, and it shows whenever they're teaching.
The instructors and the administration, they really believe in their students here.
After a couple classes, I began to notice that it kind of felt as if I were returning back to something that had been lost for like a long time. As I learned more about the history of my people, to discover that there were very many great people that did a lot of good things for their people, for their nations, and that those people were American Indian and Native American, it kind of brings out a sense of pride that was not really there before.
There is a future for our people.
Pumunakadat nak aja gidomen, ajai jahaniat, omen ibuhwakidos.
Daniels in Ogitskish, Bonsongi Benoat. Pomio, Posomizatli.
Momesh, Harishongigo Imongin, Hobidagi, Ani Omaga, Pomaha Hoye Imongin Oma, Bonchomegigosh. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
Looking for your next 18-hole adventure? Then take a look at Fountainhead Creek Golf Club. Nestled in the beautiful confines of Lake Eufaula State Park, large sloping greens and well-placed bunkers characterize the Muskogee Creek Nation's Floyd Farley designed course and offers a fine test of skill for any golfer. Stay up on all the latest gear and equipment with a visit to our pro shop. Have lunch at the Turn at the Clubhouse Grill. We're waiting to accommodate you at Fountainhead Creek. Give us a call at 918-689-3209 or visit fountainheadgolf.com to book your next round. Fountainhead Creek Golf Club, close to home, far from ordinary. Okay, welcome back to Native News Today. Your host Jason Salzman here as we wrap up our stories and our features for this week. Our next one takes us up I-40 all the way out to Oklahoma City, the capital of the great state of Oklahoma. And I mentioned that it's the capital because we were there for Muskogee Creek Nation Day at the Capitol building. It's a chance for all of our departments to travel up, take some of their literature, take some of their information that they have on what they do here on a daily basis for the Muskogee Creek Nation and share it with the folks that are visiting the Capitol. Some of them children that come through on school trips so they have a chance to spin the wheels and play games and learn about the Muskogee Creek Nation. Also a chance for our leaders and our administrators to talk with legislators there that are getting things done at the Capitol. Actually, the day we were there, the funding passed for the American Indian Cultural Center and they were in session with the Native American Caucus. So very neat to be at Capitol Day for Muskogee Creek Nation Day. We were so glad to be able to shoot this feature.
Well, today is Muskogee Creek Nation Day at the Capitol. We have all the different departments here setting up tables and booths just to kind of show our legislators, our representatives in the Senate, what we do at Creek Nation. There's also been a lot of guests and some school children come through, so it's just an opportunity for us just to make a showing here at the Capitol and say, hey, here we are.
Anytime our tribe can be visible here at the state capitol is very important. The partnerships we can develop with legislators and the state offices here on the complex here at the state capitol is very important. I think collaboration between the tribes and the state agencies or governments is very important to the growth of our state as well as the growth of the tribes.
And thanks again to all the people at the Capitol making that a very big day. Muskogee Creek Nation, love having a presence there. Well, as I said earlier in the show, big event coming up from Muskogee Creek Nation, partnering once again with the Tulsa RV Ranch for the Outlaw Super National Tractor Pull. It's coming up next week. It's a Creek Nation event, so we want a lot of people coming out, a lot of people to get behind this partnership. And so I went out to the Tulsa RV Ranch, talked with Jim Stevens about the Outlaw Super National Tractor Pull coming up next Friday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock. All right, I'm here at the Tulsa RV Ranch. I'm joined now by the arena manager, Mr. Jim Stevens, and he's going to be talking about a big event we got coming up, not only with you all, the Tulsa RV Ranch, but us, the Muskogee Creek Nation, putting on the Super Nationals Tractor Pull coming up, and you guys are excited about that next weekend.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're excited. Muskogee Creek Nation and this partnership we've got in marketing partners is great. It's a great marketing tool. We've got the Super National Outlaw Tractor Pull coming on the 29th and 30th. Mm-hmm. And if people have been here before, they know how exciting that is. We've had two of them here. They need to get their tickets fairly early because we have online ticket sales, TulsaRVRanch.com. Mm-hmm. But we're looking forward to it. And that's one of my favorite events, even though I'm an old cowboy. I love the tractor pulls.
Absolutely. Jim, talk about what everybody can expect out here. Not only does this RV ranch, it's going to have the tractor pull out here on the arena, but there's concessions, there's a place to eat, there's a place to get drinks, there's nice sweets. You guys got a little bit of everything here for people.
Yeah, we do. And the Silverado Steakhouse has been voted in the top 10 in Tulsa now, by the Tulsa World and some of the other critics. We have cabins that they can rent for the weekend.
Great.
We have we got 100 RV spaces. But we'll treat them so many ways they'll like one of them. We've got gift shops, we've got concession stands, we got the steakhouse, we got mud bog pits, we're building some new 14 14 individual units.
Wonderful.
With 2-bedroom apartments. But we always have entertainment. Of course, Friday nights and Saturday nights we have live entertainment in the bar.
Yeah, it's a destination spot for sure. And like you said, Muskogee Creek Nation, happy to be partners, happy to be putting on this event. The Super Nationals Tractor Pull gets started next Friday night, right? And they can get their tickets right now.
Next Friday night at 8 o'clock, and you can get their tickets at a Tractor Supply in Glenpool, Bristow, Okmulgee, or they can come by the ranch and get them, or get them online.
Jim, can you tell us about some of your sponsors real quick that we got for this event? I know Tractor Supply is one of them.
We've got Tractor Supply. We've got Varner Equipment Company over in Bristow, Joey Varner. They've stepped in. We've got Tedder Roofing, which is a roofing contractor, a real good supporter. Of course, we've got Go Bob Pipe and Steel. We all of our normal sponsors are involved in here.
Absolutely. Great. Well, we want to see you all out next week, Friday night, starting here at the Tulsa RV Ranch on Saturday. Lots of stuff going on. Jim, anything you want to add?
Yeah. Holiday Inn just signed on with us, the new Holiday Inn in Glenpool, and they've got a special rate for like a double queen size suite for $85. If you tell them you're coming for an event at Tulsa RV Ranch or Muskogee Creek Nation, they'll give you that special rate.
So there may be some people here on next Friday and Saturday night, and you ask them, do you know much about tractor pulls? They'll say no, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night.
That's exactly right.
All right, Jim. Well, thank you so much. Always working with you. It's always a pleasure. Next Friday night, Tulsa RV Ranch Outlaw Super Nationals Tractor Pull going on Friday, Saturday, starting at 8 both nights. www.tulsarvranch.com for your tickets. We'll see you out at the ranch. Okay, that'll wrap up another episode of Native News Today, and we certainly hope that you enjoyed watching the last 30 minutes with us as much as we enjoyed putting together these stories, going out, filming these features. Well, we want to thank the folks with the Wind Runners, the emergency response team, James Nichols and his crew. Those guys are ready at a moment's notice to help out when an emergency strikes. We don't like them to strike, but when they do, we want to be prepared. And as a nation, we want to be able to say we can help out our local law enforcement agencies working together in government-to-government relations. That's what it's all about. Also, thanks again to all the workers with our Child Mental Health Awareness event. What a great job they did with that event, and I can't wait to see it get bigger and bigger as the years go on. Also want to thank everybody at the Capitol for having us up. Muskogee Creek Nation Day, lots of fun, lots of great information, lots of work being done there on the floor of the Capitol building. Also, check it out next week at the Tulsa RV Ranch. Definitely want to get your tickets. You can do that now. Go to tulsarvranch.com. Jim Stevens and his crew are ready for the Outlaws Super Nationals Tractor Pull, a production of the RV Ranch and the Muskogee Creek Nation. And also Thursday from noon to 7, the Tarot Job Fair that's happening at the River Spirit Event Center. Do not want to miss that. Noon to 7, Thursday the 28th, the Tarot Job Fair. If you're needing a job, they'll have many available and people on hand to help you with that. Well, if you can't catch us here on TV, watch our YouTube channel, catch us on Facebook, catch us on Twitter. For all the great people here that make Native News Today happen, I want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.